Alright, so, before I even start reading, Manson is touring with Rob Zombie again. They have The Who and fucking Orgy opening for them. I've seen Manson. I'd love to see him perform, fuck it, what's it? Helter Skelter with Rob Zombie live. That would be cool to see. My cousin saw it back in 2019 when he was in Phoenix, when they were in Phoenix together for the Twins of Evil tour or something or whatever it was. Anyway, fucking Orgy. I want to see Orgy. I love Orgy. Pantomime is my favorite song by them. They also have they have the second best cover of Blue Monday. The first best is by Health. Anyway, so this writing is called Avatar, Misanthropic Muse, because alright, I'll just read the writing. Recently released was the third installment in James Cameron's Avatar movies. And in seeing the new Fire and Ash film, I left the theater, like after the second movie, with an imbued sense of unbridled misanthropy, leading to the pondering, is that truly the point? Ramping up Agent Smith's prescription of humanity as a virus in the Matrix, the Avatar franchise depicts the species as exactly so, spreading to even other worlds. And in this sense, it's akin to Nina Paley's documentary film, Thank You for Not Breeding, which uses the analogy of humanity as being akin to a cancer spreading uncontrollably and maliciously. So, with that, is humanity necessarily a virus, or could such be symptomatic to only its habits? And with that, is it not a virus? So, while the Na'vi natives of Pandora are shown to have many similarities to human tendencies, namely in regards to tribalism, such are purely logical in the face of attempting onslaughts. Rather than extraterrestrial invaders coming down to Earth, the sky people coming from Gaia are the abhorrent aliens. And by the closing of the third installment, Pandora is made out to be clearly more than meets the eye, as prior films already heavily implicated, and zooming out for a final shot shows the planet inhabited, but within the spiritual realm the population of Pandora all interconnects with. So, with that, Pandora gets its name from Greek legend. As the mythology claims, the first woman on Earth, Pandora, is given a box as a poison pill gift from the gods and instructed not to open it. Like Eve and Eden, however, curiosity got to the cat, and as was always planned, from the box all pestilence and suffering and all that could be claimed as ills to the human condition sprung. And pinning the punishment onto Pandora as an explanation for the negative in the Garden of Earthly Delights, simply for married in lineage to Prometheus, who both molded mankind and stole fire from the gods to illuminate his clay creation. So, Na'vi have a spiritual superior strength, while man has a mechanistic might. And in that, Pandora being as it's christened is heavy in irony. Opening Pandora's box isn't humanity's issue, it's breaking in that's their quarrel. And like Plato's cave allegory, but the inhabitants of the cave are the enlightened ones, mixed with the Jungian invigoration of the primitive perceptions. The Na'vi are written to reflect this in blatant juxtaposition to the sky people. And so, living in conjunction with the world they inhabit, intrinsically connected to it in a literal metaphysical way, even though intelligent and conscious of the fact, as humans are on their homeworld, the Na'vi do not counterintuitively attempt to refute their link to the broader ecology. Portraying invading humans as largely sociopathic, save a select few, mechanistically, snobbishly, and militarily mistaking the quote-unquote savagery of the native population for stupidity. Savage is subjective, and throughout the course of climaxes, mankind is repeatedly reminded to be incredibly brutal in its breaking into the world. And it's not dissimilar from real-world situations like, British forces unfamiliar to the Virginian terrain, or American forces in the jungles of Vietnam fighting against speaking trees. Art imitates life. Earth isn't totally in shambles from pulsating tumors, and being the lie that attempts the truth, the creation of an entirely new world being ravaged in interstellar rape makes an acceptable allegory for box office hits. Differing from in depiction from other movies like the Independence Day ones, it's a polar opposite picture. It's not aliens being invaded. It's not aliens invading, it's aliens being invaded.